Hello, everyone. I'm AT Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. We are now at the halfway point in the month of December, and it's been a cold first half so far. Every day, the high in Eau Claire has not only been below freezing, but below average as well. Our average high for today, December 16th, is 28 degrees. At the beginning of the month, it's closer to 33, 34 degrees. Our average high so far through the first 15 days is 18.3 degrees. The average overall temperature, 10.6. Both are about 13 degrees below average. The warmest we've been so far this month is 27 degrees, but that changes for today. We are going to actually get above freezing today for the first time since November 26th, and that's due to a couple of things. One, a warm front is going to be pushing in from the west. That'll bring in some milder air, and also we're going to have winds out of the south and the southwest, which is typically a warmer wind. But also in the upper levels of the atmosphere, our pattern is more west to east or zonal, and that's coming from the Pacific. And typically in that case is going to be giving us some milder conditions. That's kind of what we had for most of the fall season back in October, even into the first parts of November, when those temperatures were above average. We had that zonal flow, and that will continue here going forward, though we do see a dip in the jet stream on Thursday. That's going to bring in some colder air, which I'll talk about here coming up in a little bit. But as we go through the weekend into early next week, it kind of stays a little zonal. We get some pushes of colder air, but nothing, bitterly cold as we get into the weekend. And then next week, a weak ridge does begin to develop, but the pattern is still mostly zonal. So next week, temperatures look to be pretty seasonable, maybe even just slightly above average as we get into the week of Christmas. But as far as today goes, again, we get above freezing, and we will have a mostly cloudy sky. At times it will be a little bit cloudier, but we could see a period in the afternoon where it does turn partly cloudy. I can't rule out mostly sunny skies, but it'll generally be partly cloudy. And then tonight, as a weak cold front comes through, we'll have clouds this evening, which will keep temperatures pretty steady, and then will fall overnight back down into the teens and low 20s by tomorrow morning as the skies do clear out and the winds turn more west to northwest, and they'll calm down as well. Into Wednesday, lots of sunshine and clouds around from time to time, so we'll call it partly cloudy, and the winds will be pretty light, and it'll still be mild as well. But then we turn cloudy again Wednesday night ahead of our next system. That's going to be bringing all kinds of precipitation to the area, or at least multiple types, because we will start off as the potential for seeing a wintry mix and light snow. The mix could be some snow, some sleet, maybe some patchy light freezing rain or freezing drizzle. But then we should be warm enough in most cases late in the evening and overnight into early Thursday morning, where it changes over to all rain. And then we get a break Thursday morning, so the bulk of that precip is out of here likely before sunrise Thursday. That's along one cold front. A more potent cold front comes through in the afternoon on Thursday, and that will not only bring a chance for some wraparound scattered light snow showers behind the area low pressure, but that is going to bring a sharp drop in temperatures as we get into Thursday afternoon and into Thursday night. And looking at the precip chances, again, that's our best chance here, is that next system Wednesday night into Thursday and Thursday evening, just slight chances heading into Friday. And then also we do have a slight chance as we head into next week. And overall, total precipitation is generally looking to be a quarter of an inch or less. Snow totals right now aren't looking that impressive. An inch or less is kind of what we're looking at for that as of now. Look at the highs today, upper 30s to some locations even getting into the low 40s. That is about 10 to 12 degrees above average for this time of the year. Lows tonight, teens and low 20s. Again, depending on cloud coverage, like we've seen the last couple of nights, these numbers might be slightly warmer or slightly colder than what is shown here. But most locations likely in the teens by tomorrow morning. Highs tomorrow, a little bit cooler, but still most of us are going to get into the mid to upper 30s, closer to freezing over in Medford. And then on Thursday, we're looking at mid 30s to around 40 degrees, but this will be kind of overnight into early Thursday morning, because then the temperatures crash in the afternoon. So we'll talk about that here now. So this is starting at midnight Wednesday night, and this is off the European model. So the numbers are going to vary slightly in one location or another, but the idea is that we will be above freezing most of the night into Thursday morning. You can still see by 6:30 in the morning, we're still sitting generally mid to upper 30s. Again, we might be slightly warmer than this, depending how far north that low tracks. But here's 11:30 a.m. Still mid 30s for most locations, but notice how the temperatures do begin to drop a little bit out to the west. Then watch what happens as I advance this forward. Watch the temperatures just plummet across the area. We go by 5 o'clock, single digits in teens across the area, and we go down from there. This is projecting by the time we get towards sunrise Friday morning, temperatures are going to be 0 to about 5 degrees below zero. And this may present a problem for travel because if we have any wet roadways and we see that big drop in temperatures, that could lead to what's known as a flash freeze, which means any wet surfaces that aren't treated or dried up quickly will likely freeze over and turn icy, and that could lead to some travel issues. So be mindful of that if you are going to be out and about Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, and even lingering into Friday as well. So something that we're going to be monitoring closely. Now, the winds are going to be gusty too. That could help things out a little bit. That helps out enough to dry the roads before the temperatures plummet. Then we don't have to worry about that as much. But again, it is something to just kind of keep in the back of your mind. We're down to 3 below here in Eau Claire by Friday morning, back up to about 20 degrees or so on Friday, though I do think it's going to be another situation where the temperatures are going to go up overnight, so that would be closer to midnight, up to 30 on Saturday. And then another cold front drops temperatures back to the teens on Sunday before yet again we warm back up towards the upper 20s and low 30s to start next week.